A few things you should know about metal fabrication. One thing you should always keep into consideration when you're fabricating something, when you're assembling it and putting it together, always clean your pieces. If you got different pieces down here that hasn't been cleaned yet, the first thing you want to do is start cleaning your pieces. Lining your pieces out, getting all the burrs, getting all the slag off of it, and get it ready for fit. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Now, once you dive into that, the next thing you want to do is make sure you cut your pieces. So if you got some more extra pieces that need to be added to your plan, like as far as this one, I have some tubing I have to cut. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go cut my tubing. I'm gonna measure twice like a carpenter, and I'm gonna cut once. Let me say that again. Measure twice like a carpenter and cut once. I love to say that the trades intertwine with one another. You have to learn how to use a tape measure to be a great fabricator. You have to know how to fit. You have to know how to square and make things pleasant to the eye. Make sure things are leveled out, and that way it'd be no problem when you're lining out your fabrication pieces. Now, another rule I want to say, find out what type of thickness of material you're going to be using. Once you find out the thickness of your material, this is 1/8 inch. Then you want to come to your machine, whatever machine you will be using, and set your machine due to that thickness. You don't want to set it too hot, that way you'll burn through, and you don't want it too cold to get lack of fusion. You want to make sure you get good fusion, good penetration. Now, it all depends on what you're building as far as how much penetration you need. You being a good fabricator, you have to determine how much heat you should put on certain things. Should you skip around when you're welding it? Making sure you clamping things down to the table if you have to. Whatever you have to do, you as the fabricator should be able to determine that. And that's going to make you a good fabricator. So a few things you need to know that I think is very important when starting to fabricate. Know how to read that tape measure, fam. Know how to read the tape measure. Clean your pieces. Set your machine. Start fitting, start putting together, and repeat the process. The main thing you need to know is be confident in what you're doing. Make sure you got your plans. If you don't understand something, ask a question. And if you're creating something from scratch, hey fam, it's okay to get it going and then critique it as you go. No one critiqued the wheel overnight. It took a while now, but we got it rolling, fam. So don't get discouraged in the process. Just knowing that it is a process and you got this. Hold on.